Sophia HHIC, aka Fire, because I stay bringing that heat and that water. So, I'm coming with a continuation of documenting my experience of getting corporate sponsorship in 74 days. So, I can say, like, in this week, I'm just say like this week has been very overwhelming and draining, and it has kind of like I still been able to reach out to potential sponsors to help fund the I Am event series, Disability, Art, Life, and Culture. But the progress and the momentum that I've been building, how things progressing on that has been kind of stagnant, because like other things has been happening, having to deal with some situations and some outcomes. And I remember seeing like a video on TikTok like earlier this month. And this person in the video was talking about how the period from February 4th to February 24th is like the post shadow period of Mercury retrograde, and it's really like the test period to really like bring a lot of tests, and this period is going to be hard. It's going to be very challenging, and it's going to cause for you to rise up to the occasion. And I can really say that this time has been very challenging, and it's very testing, and it's really showing me how much I have grown, and it's letting me know that I'm not the same person who I was 2 years ago, even a month ago. And I'm just so proud of myself at all the progress that I have made, and all the inner work that I have been doing in dealing with my codependency and other things that I've been dealing with. So I'm very proud of myself, and knowing that now that I'm willing to speak up on things that don't sit right with me, that makes me feel uncomfortable, because in the past I just let things slide, and how like I usually be very argumentative, trying to always prove my point, and I'm no longer willing to do that. I'm just allowing people to think what they want to think, and 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 just keep it moving. But at the same time, I'm not longer willing to put myself in positions where I'm receiving the bare minimum, and I'm overworking myself to benefit others. I'm not willing to do that no more. And I just want to talk a little bit about white the weaponization of white tears, and how white tears and white guilt bring harm to Black people, and how especially the white tears of white women have caused the lives of Black people. And and when I'm talking about the weaponization of white tears, I kind of want to talk about it in like the business world, when when working on projects, in my personal experience in working with white women, and how they try, like, even though they seem very nice and considerate, and very easy to work with, but I can feel like over time in my experience that I have found myself like overgiven, and how like in these situations people are taking advantage of the fact that I didn't have no boundaries or standards. And now that I'm respecting my own boundaries and standards, and I'm starting to see the people who was benefiting from the fact that I didn't have boundaries or standards before, and now it's a problem when I'm setting ground and letting it be known that I'm not able to do something. And the fact, it just goes, I know I'm rambling, talking in circles, because I'm still coming from the position, because like I have been very angry and overwhelmed. And I've been just working to calm myself down and to put myself back into like a place where I'm able to be productive, and and just knowing like when I'm being tolerated, or people are just doing the bare minimum to keep me around, where it's time to exit stage left. Cause like, yeah, and now I now know my worth. I know my value, what I bring to a project. And and again, I'm just not willing to overwork myself, to just put myself at risk, um, to help build somebody else up. And when like it's not balanced. And I see where that's at, and I'm feeling, and I just have a problem with when like boundaries is being set and people is not respecting it, and then on the other end they want to say like, well, since that's the case, you would not be able to do this, that, and the third, and weaponizing that, and try and using that as a form of manipulation. And I'm just letting it be known like that stuff is not cool. And you can't, that might have worked in the past because I didn't know no better and I didn't have no boundaries or standards, but I'm not the same person when we first started working together. And I'm choosing to bow out gracefully. I'm choosing to walk away from the situation. I'm choosing my peace first. I'm choosing to be happy. I'm choosing not to no longer to deal with unnecessary tension. And like I said, microaggressions are real. And now that I know better, I'm going to do better. And I thank all you beautiful people for for joining me on this journey as I'm experiencing highs and lows, as I'm continuing to document my experience of getting corporate sponsorship in 74 days. And I only can be me and be true to myself. And if who I am at the core doesn't connect with you, it's all right, because I only want the best for you. And yeah, peace out, and people enjoy the rest of your